What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unsolicited with Sam and Jordyn. I am Sam, this is Jordyn, and we actually have a lot of things to go over this week. We have NFL Week 1. We have a review of an album, Olivia Rodrigo's album, Taylor Swift stuff. Jordyn's going to tell me about a manhunt happening in Pennsylvania. It's just... we have so many things to actually go over in this podcast episode, and I'm so excited. How are you doing?
I'm doing so great. And we also want to make a public PSA. We are recording this episode Tuesday evening. The VMAs are happening right now, going on right behind us, like on my TV, I should say. And I want everyone to know Taylor Swift is there. We are aware Taylor Swift is there. And there has been a lot of speculation about a potential announcement tonight. And we want you guys to know that we have it covered. And I have my best friend, Robbie, that I talk about on this podcast all the time, watching, knowing that if anything happens in the middle of this recording, he is giving us a call. So we can share that news live on the pod and live reactions.
Yes.
Knowing my experience with Taylor Swift, we're probably clowning, taking a little stroll down Clownelia Street, but she is wearing a black dress.
Wearing black, reputation, all that good stuff.
Yes, and it's so funny. Me and Sam just had this conversation before hopping on the pod, but the VMAs is where Kanye initially interrupted Taylor, and then last year it's where she announced Midnights, and obviously we know Reputation, there's a lot of hints at Kanye on that album, so sure. I am mentally preparing that for the possibility that we do get an announcement, but let's jump into the important stuff that we actually have concrete information on.
Yes. What's actually funny really quick too is that we were convinced we were going to get an announcement for Reputation last year, and we got Midnights, which was like completely out of left field. So who knows? Who's to say? Anything can happen. It's in Newark right now too. It's like 10 miles away from me.
Oh my God, Taylor Swift is way too close to you right now.
I know, that's insane to think about, right?
Crazy. But let's jump in. Now, I don't know if this is nationwide news. I have no idea if this is nationwide news or not, but there is a manhunt going on in Pennsylvania right now for a convicted murderer. And Sam hadn't heard about it yet. So I said, do not Google it. I want to be the one to tell you about this situation. Are you ready?
I'm so ready. I avoided any article or any news outlet that I saw that had anything to do with this. So I have literally no concept of anything that's going on.
Oh, baby. I got you. All right. So his name is Danilo Cavalcante. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. But so he is a convicted murderer sentenced to life in prison. All right. This happened on August 16th for the murder of his girlfriend. He brutally murdered her with stabbing. It was a stabbing in front of her 2 children. So not a good guy. Awful. And there's speculation. I don't know how much truth there is to this. There's enough. He murdered someone in Brazil, fled Brazil and came to America and then murdered his girlfriend here. It happened in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. There's a storyline going around that she found out about the murder in Brazil, and that's why he killed her. I don't know if there's truth to that, but...
Quick question.
Yes.
Is he from Brazil, or was he in Brazil?
I believe he's from Brazil.
He's from Brazil. Okay, so he's a Brazilian man who's living in Brazil that fled Brazil. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm up to speed.
And I could be wrong about that, but I'm 99% sure he is from Brazil. He came to America after murdering someone there. They were looking for him in Brazil, and he fled. He got away, and he came here and he murdered someone here. Lovely. So on August 16th, he's in like a holding prison, about to be transferred to where he is going to spend life in jail. Literally life in jail, no parole. All right. Cool. Thursday, August 31st, he escapes from that prison, and it's partially captured on camera, which I'm going to need you to Google.
Wait. This was 2 weeks ago, and we're just hearing about this now?
Oh, Sam, when I told you this is insane, you have no idea.
Should I Google this video now?
Yes. So basically, everyone's like, well, how do you escape from this prison? Great question. There's 2 walls, and there must be an opening at the top of the walls. He put his feet on one wall and his hands on the other and crab walked vertically up the wall to get out of this prison. No, it's insane. It's literally insane. And the craziest thing about it, another prisoner escaped from that exact spot prior to this, and all they did was add barbed wire. So, like, yeah, he probably got cut up getting out, but like, he still escaped.
Wait, I'm looking at the video right now.
How insane!
He literally, this is some prison break type shit. Holy crap!
Literally prison break. So yes, he gets out. I feel like there was something else I was going to add there, but whatever. He gets out. All right. Yeah. Oh, I remember. It also took the prison an hour to realize that he had gotten out. So that's fun. Friday, September 1st, there was a first known sighting of him. Saturday, September 2nd, there was another sighting of him near the prison. Then there was this sighting September 4th at the Botanical Gardens, which sent everyone into like a frenzy. And it was honestly smart for him to like be there because there's like fruits and fountains and waters and blah, blah, blah.
Oh my God, he was like living in the Botanical Gardens?
Yes.
Holy shit. Okay.
So then this is going on. He steals a van. September 10th, his abandoned van that he had stolen was found. Obviously he wasn't there. September 11th, now we're creeping up into Monday. He steals. So everyone, this is insane. So basically it's been this crazy manhunt. They have his location narrowed down and there's all these helicopters circling. Like everyone knows like he's in this vicinity. But it doesn't do much considering he was in another vicinity when he was in the Longwood Gardens area and he slipped. He got out. He somehow the police lost him and then he was free again. Now they have him under surveillance and they're like, it's all over the news. Like everyone's like, these roads are on lockdown. Like everyone be alert, blah, blah, blah. But some dingus out in Pennsylvania left his garage open with a rifle, a loaded rifle inside. And now this escaped convicted murderer has that rifle because he saw it in the garage and was like sick. And apparently there were shots fired between these two. So the cops are all over this area. And yet the day that we're recording this, Tuesday, September 12th, I saw all this happening last night and I was like, oh, great. Like shots are being fired. Police are literally right there. It's done. It's over. Woohoo. Nope. Still nothing. The craziest thing, this timeline didn't include it, which I think is crazy. There was also, I don't know the exact date of it right now, but in this 2-week span, there was one point he literally broke into a family's home in Pennsylvania when they were all inside. The dad got his wife and children and like hid them. And this man was just walking around in their house. And then the dad, like to like notify him, like, hey, we're here, like leave, I won't hurt you, flicked the lights, which one I thought was kind of dumb because like this is a convicted murderer.
Yeah, like he'll kill you.
Exactly. But the dad flicked the lights and the murderer, all he did was flick the lights back.
Dude, I would shit my pants.
Right. And the saddest part about that story was the father went on the news after and said that his kids were so freaked out and they were like, I'm so scared. Apparently their back door had an issue locking and the daughter was like, he's going to come in. And his dad, like, there are so many places in Pennsylvania, like he will not come here. And he literally broke into that house. Awful. If I was that kid, traumatized for life. Thank God he didn't hurt them. Like they're all fine, but just like mentally fucked. And also trauma. To make this 10 times better, he's 5'1", 200 pounds.
They had to throw that in there, didn't they?
Yep.
5'1"?
5'1".
He has the audacity to be murdering people?
Yeah, he's literally pulling like a Michael Myers right now. And at this point, like he keeps like stealing cars and abandoning cars. And the craziest thing, he's also clean shaven now. He used to have a beard and curly hair. Like now he's like clean face, bald head. Like
Well,
it's
he's
absurd.
changing his appearance a bit.
Yes, but like, where are you changing your appearance? Where did you just get a razor and happen? Like, did you do it when you broke into this person's home? Like,
Could have just been a knife or some sort of sharp object.
But like his hair's literally buzzed.
Friends?
Does he have friends?
I don't know.
But yeah, no. So this is super crazy. And it's like far enough away from me that I feel comfortable, but still very close. One of my coworkers lives like literally in the Phoenixville area, and I'm like worried for her every single night just because I just hate one. Also, why are you still here? Like, you got it out. Like, get out of Philly.
Flee.
Yeah.
Go back to Brazil. Go to South America. Go.
But the thing is, I think this is probably his fear. Like for him to cross state lines, at least in a car, he'd have to go through an easy pass, caught immediately. And then he definitely wouldn't be able to get on an airplane. But still, like you're roaming the woods. Like just, I don't know. My dad said it best. My dad was like, if the crimes that he committed weren't so awful, I'd be rooting for him at this point. But like, he's too scary. Like he needs to be caught.
Yeah. No, this literally sounds like Prison Break. I don't know if you watched Prison Break.
I didn't. You've actually told me like 18 times to watch Prison Break too.
I love Prison Break. But literally, this is like what they did, and then they were walking around through the woods. That's crazy, though.
Yeah, and this is like still actively happening.
Do you remember, like maybe like I don't know, 10 years ago when this happened, like in the tri-state area?
No,
there was when like two guys broke out of jail, and they were like running around. No. You don't remember that? I think it was in upstate New York, which maybe is why you didn't hear about it.
Yeah, probably not.
But I remember finding out about it. I was on a plane going to Mexico, and we found out like as a family that these two guys broke out of jail. And my dad was like, "Well, we got out of there just in time." And I was like,
yeah, I'll enjoy my trip in Mexico. You guys be careful back home.
I remember watching the Spanish news covering the American news it was crazy. But that is just bonkers. And the fact so they haven't caught him yet.
No.
As of right now.
No. I don't know. He's making the Pennsylvania police look like clowns right now.
Wow.
How they are on his tail. Like I don't understand how he keeps getting away, especially when like he's literally walking into people's homes and like roaming neighborhoods. Like it's insane to me. But
yeah, it also sounds like he is like also like not mentally stable.
Probably not.
It's like, how is he surviving for 2 weeks?
Yep.
For 2 weeks he's been walking around.
Yep. And like
We're just hearing about this now.
Yep. Crazy. It's literally been 2 weeks. But yeah, so that's going on in Pennsylvania right now. Hopefully they find him soon so I can sleep at night. Yeah, I also have this like feeling because like, I don't know. I'm just like always convinced. I'm like, oh my God, he's just going to end up in my apartment complex. And it's so funny because I had that feeling with Brian Koberger when I was doing all of the research on, I was literally a reporter for the Idaho Moscow murders. I was so invested in reading about, I don't know why. It just freaked me out so bad and I couldn't stop. And I was so convinced. I was like, oh my God, he's going to come here. And at that point, I was at my mom's and she was like, Jordyn, it's all the way in Idaho. Like you got nothing to worry about. And then he was arrested in fucking Albrightsville, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And I was like, you've got to be shitting me.
Listen, I mean, we can't worry about everything, but you got to be on your toes.
Right? You have to be alert.
You have to be alert.
Enough about the dark stuff. Let's get into the masterpiece that is... What a segue, right?
What a segue.
I just forced that into working. But yeah, let's get into this masterpiece that is Guts by Miss Olivia Rodrigo. What are your thoughts on this album?
First of all, I love it. I love it. I love the angstiness. I love the anger. I love the soft tracks, the hard tracks. I love the fact that it almost like is in like I always listen to albums in order.
Yes.
So it's like there's like this order in which like it's happening almost. I don't know if that makes sense, but like it's so like the way she did it was so good, and I didn't realize it until I think the second or third time around when I was listening to All American Bitch, which is the first one.
Goes right into
Bad Idea right with the door shut and then it knocks. And I was like, dude, that goes so hard.
No, the first time that I listened to it, I'm the same way, especially when I'm listening to albums for the first time. I always go through an order.
Yeah.
But the first time, because it's All American Bitch, and then it goes into Bad Idea Right and Vampire. And we obviously already heard those. So we skipped over those to listen to all the new ones.
So that's what I did too.
Yes. So I didn't get that transition until the next day when I was listening to the album in my car. And I just remember I was driving and I literally almost swerved off the road. So I was like, oh my God, they're connected. Like,
yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like you start with her talking about like, she's like, I'm an independent woman. I'm a bitch. I'm best, blah, blah, blah. And then she's just like, oh my God, I'm so hot and I don't care about anything. I'm going to go sleep with my ex. And then it's like, dude, you sucked me dry. Yeah. Like, I am so messed up because of what I did with you. And I was like, what? That was crazy.
No, I really love the entire vibe of this album. And it just completely encapsulates like girlhood and late teens, early 20s. It's just all the vibes. And it's so funny how there are some times where she's like, when will people start viewing me as like an adult woman? And then she also has like I can't think of a third line, la, 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 la. And I'm like, this is girlhood. This is like, we've all felt this exact same way. And I'm just a 25-year-old teenager. So this album was perfect for me.
Literally. Like I loved it. And we talked about it when Bad Idea Right came out because people didn't like it. And I was like, no, like this is the genre that needs to come back right now. And Olivia Rodrigo is paving the way. Yes. Because also what whenever I listen to music too, I always can hear other songs within the song. And the second I heard All American Bitch, I was like, oh my God, this is Start All Over by Miley Cyrus. Like identical. Yeah. And not in a bad way. Like, I'm sure there was no, like, she did the same thing with Sour. Like, there were Paramore things in there. There was Taylor Swift stuff in there. Like, and I was like, it literally could completely just segue into Start All Over by Miley Cyrus and it would work.
I heard in Get Him Back, I hear so much Avril Lavigne. It's giving Best Damn Thing.
Yes.
Like, it's all the vibes.
Pop punk princess vibes.
Yes, which is personally my favorite genre of music to ever exist. So the fact that Olivia Rodrigo is making this resurgence, I'm so here for it.
I think Get Him Back is one of my favorite songs right now, like that I've consistently listened to. In terms of that one, but that all the ballads, I can't stop listening to them. They're so freaking sad and they're so beautiful. I can't. When I first listened to Logical, and at first she said like 2 + 2 = 5 and I'm the love of your life. At first I was like, girl, what the fuck are you saying right now? And now I'm like, girl, what the fuck are you saying right now? And I'm like, I literally on the way home as I was racing home so that we could record. It's why I kind of look crazy because I just came from kickboxing. But I literally am in the car. I'm blasting that and Teenage Dream. Oh my freaking God. At the top of my lungs, I'm driving 80 miles an hour on the Staten Island Expressway. And I'm like, 2 + 2 = 5. And I'm the love of your life. And I was like, you tell him, Olivia.
No, it's a masterpiece. And also so making the bed is for all of the career-driven girlies out there. I literally heard this song and I was like, oh, bitch. Yeah. Like, I literally
hit it feels right on the head.
It hit it right on the head. And another one, Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl. I'm not homeschooled, but that song is literally perfection. Perfection.
You know what's crazy too? I know that we're talking like Avril Lavigne and like stuff like that, but like get him back and like Ballad of a Homeschool, mostly get him back, I think. And I don't know if people are gonna be super upset by this comparison,
Mhm.
but it kind of gives off Beastie
I know.
Boys, like the like
Interesting.
rock rap kind of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. It's interesting that you say that because I heard a lot of Weezer in there. And I was
Yeah,
like,
you know what I'm saying? Like this, like
yes.
I don't know, like this like weird shit, and like, but like it's like that good weird shit that you're
Yes.
like these certain bands pull it off, and she's like almost like taking that and like implementing it into certain. I don't know. I think that it's so good. It's
No,
I love it.
I agree. And I everyone's been asking me like if I like it more than sour. And I'm like, you can't ask me that. I love them both.
They're two completely different albums.
They're so different. But also fuck her for saying that this one is happier because it's definitely not.
So much sadder.
It's so much darker. And like it's dealing with so much more than just like teenage heartbreak. Like, oh my God.
Teenage Dream I listened to while I was like doing my hair or makeup or whatever in the bathroom, and I literally would like stop and like I'd be like, you know, like putting like something on my face, and I'd like put the brush down and I'd be like, what did she just say?
No, it's literally pretty. It isn't pretty.
Pretty Isn't Pretty is a good song because they're all good, but it's one of my least favorites.
I agree for the first like day that I listened to it. Now that I'm like on a couple days, I like today I replayed it like 4 or 5 times. It's the lyrics, it's the vibe. It's
Oh,
kind of one like
I mean,
you know folklore, like when you listen to folklore for the first time and you're like, "Oh my God, this album is beautiful," but like you didn't appreciate like Epiphany or Hoax as much the first time you heard it.
sure.
That's
Sure.
going to be Pretty Isn't Pretty.
I definitely have listened to it, and like I've been like, wow, I kind of want to skip this song, and then all of a sudden the song's over. Like I've just find myself just listening to it.
Mhm.
But it's all around. I feel like, are we missing any of the songs in there? I know I have to look, but
Love is embarrassing.
oh, I love that one. That one is so good. Like I literally like I have it's just on my phone. It's just what I've just keep listening to it.
The Grudge.
Oh, Lacey. I'm not a fan of Lacey yet either.
All right, so I am a huge Gracie Abrams fan. As of right now, my second most listened to artist of this year, and I think Olivia might sneak up there and take that spot after this album, especially when we get the deluxe with 4 extra songs too.
Oh my God.
But it's giving Gracie Abrams hardcore, so I fuck with Lacey. But I understand it is different.
It's like again, like I'll listen to it, but there are other
It's not your
songs I want to
favorite.
listen to more. And but like I bet you the same thing happened with Folklore, which is
Yeah.
very crazy that you picked that up because like the first song that I loved off of Folklore was Betty.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden I was like knee deep in illicit affairs. And then after that I was like hip deep into My Tears Ricochet. Like it was like every day was a new song that was good.
Yes.
So I'm sure that the more I listen to it, the more my opinions will change because she just the ballads, she just sings them so beautifully.
Her voice is unreal.
It's so good. And I'm glad that she has this like she keeps that emotion and like those sad songs that we had from Sour. But yeah, she did have this like angstiness to Sour, but she went all in with guts. Like she was just like, guess what? I've fucked around and I've found out. And I'm gonna tell you about it. And she's like, I fucked my ex. I did this. I did that. I'm being a horrible like teenager. And I'm like, that is unreal. I love
feel
that.
yes, this album makes me feel so seen because we've all done it. We've all been there. We all had our moments. And the way that she literally like goes through all of the stages, I'm just like, pop off, my queen, my little teenage queen. I will love you forever.
I know I keep bringing up Teenage Dream, but it literally, when she said that, she was like, "Yeah, like basically, I am so young, but I feel like I have already like they've already taken everything away from me and I've already done everything I can do. And I'm like, girlfriend, I know you feel like that. Everybody feels like that at some point. But like you're gonna make so much more good music and I know it.
She
It's like I
is.
want to shake her.
She is. Imagine, I bet Taylor Swift felt that way after Fearless. When Love Story,
sure.
You Belong With Me, I bet she was on top of the world. And oh my God, I could like make puppets.
Jordyn, focus.
I can't. But I bet Taylor Swift felt that way after Fearless. Like, oh my God, how am I going to top this? How am I going to keep doing this? And then look at Taylor Swift. And there are very few artists that I think are on that Taylor Swift trajectory. But I think Olivia, and I don't know if anyone in our generation will be as big as her. Like, I think Taylor Swift is that height. But I do think Olivia Rodrigo is going to be huge for a long time.
Yeah. Did you see her VMAs dress?
It is. And she's wearing the Guts rings. I want to throw up everywhere.
It's a gorgeous. She looks amazing in it too. Like she's wearing that dress.
I've never seen her miss an outfit. Like she knows her style. She knows what she looks good in. She knows her vibe. She has it nailed and she crushes it over and over and over again.
You know what I also love about Get Him Back? It's the double entendre.
Yes.
Of get him back in terms of revenge and get him back in terms of getting him back as a man. And then at that bridge where she's just like, I want to kiss his face with an uppercut and I want to meet his mom and tell her that her son sucks. And I'm like, yeah.
Sam, you don't understand. If that song came out when I was in my messy era, oh my God. I would have burned the earth down.
Yeah, forget it. It would have been over. It would have been over. I would have had to like driven down to South Jersey and been like, Jordyn, don't.
Sam would have done what the counselors do on your senior trip where they tape the outside of your door so they can tell if you've opened it. That's what would have happened if this song came out. I was still in my messy toxic era.
That too, and she would have opened her door and looked down, and I just would have been laying down, like sleeping in a sleeping bag outside. Like, no, don't do it.
Listening to Teenage Dream.
I can't. I listened to it 3 times on the way home today. No, I listened to Logical, and then I listened to Teenage Dream 3 times in a row.
Like, and you're so real for that.
I mean, I love ballads. I think I'm a sucker for ballads anyway. Yeah. So, and listening to Olivia Rodrigo's voice and then also just screaming at the top of my lungs. It's a very therapeutic album because then you're also just like, you know what? Maybe I am an all-American bitch. Like that's me. I'm a bitch. Call me a bitch.
American hips.
Yeah.
I know my age. Oh my God. It's literally a masterpiece.
Yeah. And she's just like, I'm young and I'm going to act like I'm young. And like, it's, you know, what also is kind of sucks is like, speaking of the fact that that's like almost like a Miley-ish kind of song.
Yeah.
It's like Miley did the same thing, but everybody was like, oh my God, Miley's fucking crazy. And now she put out Used to Be Young, which is basically like, you guys said I was crazy, but really I was just a kid.
Yeah.
And Olivia Rodrigo's like, I'm going to do some stupid shit. Sorry. That's just how old I am.
Oh, like perfect. As you should be dumb. I'm here for it. What's making me super nervous though, I think we're getting a tour announcement tomorrow. And she did a TikTok. Someone commented and was like, when are you going to announce a tour?
Yes.
And you saw this. She did the comment reply. Oh my goodness, I love this question. It got 1.6 million likes. Do you know how hard? I am going to have to go back to war. I already have PTSD from the Eras Tour Ticketmaster queue.
I tried last year to get tickets to go see the Sour Tour. And I'm pretty sure like her first stop was Jersey or New York or wherever it was that she was playing. And I was like, there's no way I'm getting tickets. This is way too soon. And then I saw the resale tickets prices and I was like,
and also the venues that she was playing first, like this is finally going to be an arena tour. The venues that she was playing for Sour were so small. At least one in Philly was.
Yeah, no, it was a smaller jersey, or what, I forget where she was playing. But yeah. And I think it was like very general admission, like it really wasn't like
Yes.
a seating kind of situation. So,
And even for Sour, she could have done an arena tour for Sour. And I know that's bold for your first tour, but she easily could, like, she would have sold it out.
yeah. But I'm sure that they did that to be safe though.
No, totally valid. I get them, but like I also wanted to go.
I really want to go though, because if she's singing Guts and Sour,
Which you know she's gonna be.
right, there's gonna be songs off of Sour that she'll sing. So
Oh my god, I need to go.
I know. It's
We
gonna
need to
be
put our war paint back on and get ready to get Guts tickets.
oh man. I'm trying to get Jonas Brothers tickets. I'm trying to pay for a wedding. I'm trying to fix up our house. I have no money. I have no money. I don't know. I know I'm gonna make myself able to go to one of these shows at some point, but God, am I gonna be struggling?
It's okay. If Jets money line didn't hit last night, I probably would have been homeless.
Is it time to talk about football?
I think it might be, but we have one topic.
We have a transitional pop culture football story though.
We have a transitional, and it's something that I've been dying to talk about with you.
I'm so excited.
Oh my God. I literally can't breathe thinking about this. There has been some alleged rumors that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are casually dating, quietly seeing each other.
Yep. I love seeing the little Easter eggs on New Heights on Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce's podcast. The fact that he's got this stupid ass mustache, which looks dumb, and I love
it. I love the mustache.
I don't think it looks good on him.
No, you have to like it.
I can't. I don't.
No.
And I'm a facial hair girly. I don't think it fits his face very well. If he had the fade on the side and maybe a little bit more hair on top, I might consider it. But with the shape, anyway, we could go on. We could go on. But Jason, his brother, asked, like, what does Taylor Swift think of your mustache? And then he was like, we're not talking about Taylor Swift. Blah, 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 blah. And then they go into this whole thing about how he was like, oh, we've been on a break for like 6 weeks. What have you been up to, Travis? And he's like, I don't know. I think I was in New York. I can't really remember. And I'm like, sir, you knew you were in New York. And you know who lives in New York? Miss Swift.
Our queen.
Our queen. So, like, sir, are you serious right now? She's been photographed in New York all month. Come on.
No, I was living in Delulu. And you know what? It just became Trululu. So I'm gonna
that is my permanent residential address.
Delulu
Street, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no, because I saw all of that from New Heights. One phenomenal podcast.
So
absolutely
good.
Incredible. So two of my favorite people to ever exist. And now one of them is dating my actual favorite person to ever exist. So hopefully, again, this is all pretty alleged, but like I saw Dumois put it out. I think it was Friday night. I saw that she was just like, oh, and there was a reservation for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce to be together. End of video. And I was like, hello.
But then they were also talking about her hanging out with or dating somebody else, and then they mentioned Travis Kelce at the end. So there's like some like interesting.
And like, so maybe it is super casual. Either way. Phenomenal. If Taylor Swift has a casual situationship with Travis Kelce, I think that is the perfect thing for her right now. But I do actually ship them as a couple because she keeps dating these like artsy actor boys, and they keep getting so intimidated by her power. Travis Kelce would eat it up. He would love
He's
her
like
power.
A sponge. He would just soak it up and be like, my woman's gonna lift me up. I am Taylor Swift's boyfriend. Like that would be hit. Like he'd be like, hi, my name's Travis. I'm Taylor Swift's boyfriend. He would never bring up the fact that he was a tight end or Super Bowl champion ever again.
No, he would like, I just feel like he would give her the world. And I know Travis can be a fuckboy, but when he was in his long-term relationship, he was real. He was a real one. Obviously now he's in his messy single era as he deserved. Oh no, was he not a real one?
the things that I heard from him and Kayla Nicole's relationship was a lot to do with money. So basically the fact that like he was like, oh, you have to pay half if we're going on vacation. And she's like, you make millions of dollars. Why do I have to pay for anything? And I mean, like, and I'm sure there was a conversation there. And like, I'm sure that he made points and everything. But if he's dating Taylor Swift, he doesn't have to worry about money.
They never got to worry about a penny.
Right. But continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I feel like that was the end. But yeah, no, overall, I just really think that this could be a really good matchup for her. And it's different than the guys that she's dated in the past. And I think it could be a good different. And obviously, I love Travis Kelce and I love her so much. So I'm really, really hoping that it ends up being something.
I feel like we were just talking. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast or just like by ourselves, but I feel like we just said like the second she broke up with Maddie Healy, we were like, she needs an athlete.
Yes.
She needs to be in her athlete era.
Yes.
And like, here we are. Maybe it was after Travis tried to give her his phone number and we were like, oh, that would be amazing. You know, maybe that was when we said that.
Maybe. I definitely remember us having that. If you guys listening can tell us if we said that on the pod or not, that'd be great. I know we had that conversation. I don't know if it was on here or not though.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Either way, we both agreed.
Point is still valid. Yeah.
We both agreed it was time for Taylor to date an athlete because that's like the one type of man that she hasn't gotten with. And someone like Travis Kelce, who seems very delightful and is very successful, and it would just be a hot commodity, even if they don't last forever, you know, like it'd be fun.
Yes, it'd be so fun. I am so rooting for it.
Sure.
Now I was trying to think of a segue and I couldn't. So we're just going to jump.
Talk about football.
Let's talk about more football. Speaking of athletes.
So actually during Sunday, I started like a note and I just like wrote down random things.
Okay.
Throughout the day.
Oh my God, we should make a shared note and we can just write down random thoughts and not know who wrote the thought down.
Wait, that's actually really funny.
Right?
We should do that because I literally wrote down like week 1 thoughts. I think most of these are from the 1:00 games because I was very, you know, like hyper fixated and like, and then once the 4:00 games came around, I was watching, but like not as like insane as I was. Yeah. So I just want to read you off just like my random thoughts that I had through week 1. There's only a few.
Okay, let me hear it.
The first one was I forgot Allen Robinson was on the Steelers. Completely forgot that happened. And then I went, oh my God. And I said this out loud. And then I was like, I have to write this stuff down. I said, oh my God, Nick Bosa's fucking ripped. I was watching the pregame, like on NFL Network. Dude, holy shit.
Yeah, no, he's a monster.
He's insane.
He's literally a tank of a human being.
Insane. In all caps, it says Michael Thomas is alive.
Michael Thomas is alive.
Michael Thomas is alive and has all of his toes.
Yep. Finally.
Yep. And looked good.
Saints honestly looked much better than I was anticipating.
For sure. This says, oh, hey, Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley is back better than ever, I think. Yes. Bijan, holy cow.
Yes. That's fair response.
I think that's the only thing that you can say about Bijan from week 1. Joey B, you put pen to paper and then forget football ? That was before I think that the Browns were even running away with that game. So,
dude, at one point it like cut back to that game. They were like, Joe Burrow is no longer playing, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I mean, insane. He played horribly. We'll see how they play against the Ravens. I smell a comeback, but we'll see. And then I wrote in all caps, Anthony Richardson, no, but I think he's okay.
Yeah.
I saw him go down and immediately I was like, oh my God, Jordyn. Oh my God, Jordyn. I was like, no.
I mean, you saw my tweet, collapsed to the floor. Was like, no.
I literally feel like I could hear you.
Yeah.
From Staten Island, New York. Like I was able to hear Jordyn screaming at the top of her lungs when Anthony Richardson went down. And then I saw Gardner and I was like, oh my God, the feeling she must be having right now. It's like, Anthony, no. Oh my God, it's Gardner Minshew.
That's honestly exactly what happened.
Yeah, I feel like I was there.
My mom was like, Jordyn, look. I was like freaking out. I was like, no. And she was like, look, it's Gardner Minshew. Everything's fine.
It's like a pacifier for like a crying baby. It's like Jordan's like freaking out, and her mom's like, no, it's okay. Gardner Minshew's on the field. And then Jordan's like, oh yeah, okay, everything's fine.
Okay, we're gonna be okay. I'm fine.
And then my last two are from the 4:00 games. One of
Okay.
them is Rip J.K. Dobbins, because Rip J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
And the other one says Sean Payton has a set of balls. Jesus fucking Christ.
He really does.
For that onside kick on that first kickoff of the game. And I was like, what the fuck is he doing? But he was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I'm going to be honest. Nothing feels more wrong to me than seeing Sean Payton in Broncos gear. I don't know why. Like, I feel like it should have clicked by now, and it just isn't clicking.
We talked about this last week. And
did we? Oh my God.
Yeah, because I said he looks like an edit. Like
yes.
a real life edit.
I remember now.
Yes. But it's so true. It's still true. Seeing him on the sideline too, with his like grandpa glasses, I was like, oh my God, Sean Payton, you're alive and coaching and being crazy.
Being in Denver, yeah, and yelling at Russell Wilson to stop kissing babies.
And onside kicking on a kickoff.
Yeah, no, absolutely insane. This really was the most chaotic weekend of the NFL. The other thing that I want to talk about, how did the Cardinals like almost beat the Commanders? Like, are the Cardinals actually not as bad as we thought, or are the Commanders much worse than we thought?
I want to give Josh Dobbs a lot of credit.
I do. Yes.
I think he did as much of a job as he could have done with the team that he's been given.
Mm-hmm.
And if I were Jonathan Gannon, which is probably not going to happen because Jonathan Gannon, no offense, is dumb.
A doofus. No, fit. I am so over that man.
Okay. I was like, this guy is the worst. If Kyler comes back and the Cardinals have like looked good in like 4 weeks and they take him out and sit down Josh Dobbs, I'm going to be like, fuck Kyler Murray, put in Josh Dobbs.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The Commanders are so they're the commies, you know, like there's nothing that we can really do about it. Chase Young still isn't playing. I don't think I've ever seen Chase Young play a game in my life. Like, has he? I don't know. What a waste of a draft pick, unfortunately. He's amazing talent, but he's always hurt.
And now I thought he was still dealing with leg injury stuff. It was his neck. I was like, when did his neck get hurt? Like, I was like,
that's what I'm saying.
No, it was insane. There were a lot of crazy moments this week. Obviously, I mean, the Browns own the Bengals. What the hell? And also, I just said this, and I literally recorded my YouTube video for the week right before coming on this podcast, so I have all of these thoughts pretty fresh. But in my video, I was like, I never thought you would hear me say every team in the AFC North except the Browns needs a bounce back. And the Ravens, I get that they won. They did
not look good.
They didn't look good. And you should have looked much, much better against the Texans. Personally, and I get like it was a big win. Like on paper looks great. But watching that game, I was like, it doesn't feel like they're winning this game.
No, unfortunately, Lamar really did not look as good as people were anticipating him to look. Yeah. And then, of course, they lost J.K. Dobbins, which is incredibly sad because he's just always getting hurt. And, like,
he's probably done.
Season. Yeah, I can't imagine he comes back from this. But yeah, it's crazy because the Browns were someone that we were just not thinking were going to play well at all. And here they are, being one of the better teams in the AFC North. And I don't know.
That's so bizarre. The Steelers couldn't even get a first down until almost halftime.
I know. I don't know what happened there. I thought the Steelers were going to play really well.
I thought so too. I had them winning. That was like my lock of the week. It was literally in the newsletter that I send out for Bet Parks. Steelers plus 2.5. Do you know how much of a doofus I look like right now? Pittsburgh, how are you going to do that to me? And you know what? Oh, you know what? I'll hold that for when we do our picks at the end.
Yeah, we're gonna do our week 2 picks like we did last week for week 1. But I just the AFC North is not at all what I anticipated it to be. The AFC East is not at all what I anticipated it for being, and we'll get into the Bills Jets game in a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Before we jump into that, let's talk a little bit about the NFC East. Are you
why? Why do we need to talk about that? I don't want to talk about them.
Oh no. No! Are you going to rip off both after this weekend?
I don't belong to any team anymore.
Sam, no. Sam had such a tough weekend. My heart was breaking for you every step of the way.
I was so sad.
So
my background looks so bad now. Oh, look at it. I was trying to be dramatic. First of all, I'm embarrassed because I ran around talking about how great the Giants were going to be. I was like, no, we got Darren Waller. We got our center. We drafted Jalen Hyatt. We're good to go. We are not good to go. We looked so bad. We're the only team in the entire league that hasn't even scored any points yet, which, crazy enough to think about, also kind of applies to the Bengals of all teams. Like, they didn't score a touchdown either. Mm-hmm. So makes me feel a little bit better. But nonetheless, the Cowboys completely demolished them, and the Cowboys looked good. And I hate to say that. I really do. I thought that was going to be such a better game. I was at a bar with my friends, with Giants fans, watching this game. People were booing. It was so embarrassing. And I just sat there and just was like, this is like, how can you put this on a Sunday night game? How can you put this on a Sunday? Like, it would have hurt if it was a 1 o'clock game too, but at least then it wouldn't have been like everybody watching it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so embarrassed. I really am.
It was ugly. And I felt like they should have just called mercy at some point. And nothing will ever beat. I also texted Sam the next day and I was like, there's so many Giants memes and I keep going to send them to you. But I wasn't, because I was giving her time to mourn. And she was like, no, please send them. Like, at least now I could laugh. But no, nothing will ever beat Chris Collinsworth. Are you only putting the Bills up, or do the Giants?
No, I'm gathering.
Okay. Nothing will beat the meme of Chris Collinsworth talking about well, you know what? At least Daniel Jones is still out there, and Daniel Jones is making a statement out there. And as he's trying to give Daniel Jones credit, down 40-0, Daniel Jones gets sacked again, and the ball came loose, and it just encompassed everything that game was. I was super disappointed too. I told you I thought the Giants were going to be good this season. And we always talk about the Dallas Cowboys being good in the regular season, but we don't want to actually see them be good. No one actually wants to watch that happen.
Yeah. That was very dramatic of me to pull those things down, but I needed to get my little anger out.
No, I'm glad you did. I thought it was absolutely hysterical.
I do have to say though, I'm still going to obviously continue to root for the Giants and hope for the best here, but we are going in to play the Cardinals next week, and I'm scared. And that is not okay. That was the one game on our schedule that I was like, we're winning that game. No problem. Now I don't know. I really don't know.
I'm praying for you during these trying times, because I know you're feeling a lot emotionally, didn't you?
The Bills fell.
They also fell last night too, so.
Dude, talk about the Haley Steinfeld effect. Josh Allen did not look good.
No, Josh Allen.
We talked about this how many weeks ago? We were like, is this going to be good for Josh Allen? And I was like, we're going to see we were going to talk about camp and stuff, but week 1, if he comes out here blazing guns, we're going to be like, for sure. He did not.
I sent Sam a text last night that she did not enjoy.
I can't get that. What?
It's okay.
Which text?
I said that Josh Allen is just Carson Wentz if he never got injured.
Oh, that hurt me the second time too. I was literally like, don't you dare say that ever again. Don't you ever dare.
And then I just sent her the clip of him like diving into grass. Like she was I would like to jump off a bridge this way.
I did say that. It was literally, I was like, there was like 7 yards to go. Why are you leaping? Why are you leaping?
He was hurdling. There was like no one even there. I was like, bro, what is happening right now?
Usually there's one red, white, and blue New York team that helps me out 1 week. I can't have both of them being bad. I can't.
The Bills I'm not actually worried about. And when I say that Josh Allen is Carson Wentz if he never got injured, I don't mean that as bad as it sounds. Because with Josh Allen and Carson Wentz and those kind of guys, honestly, like Brett Favre too, like they are gritty, aggressive. They are sloppy players.
Sure.
And there's so much risk, but there's also so much reward that comes with it. And I still think that Josh Allen can be a Super Bowl quarterback. I still think he could get this team there. But like with all of the risks that he takes, there are going to be games like we saw last night with a bunch of turnovers and it's super messy and it's all over the place. But then obviously we're going to have games where he throws for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns and wins 40-0. Sorry. I'm so sorry that score was just in my brain. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Please don't be triggered.
That was very funny because it didn't even register. I've already put it. You know,
what are you talking about? The Giants haven't played yet.
Yeah, you take like that memory and you just throw it in the vault. But that's where it goes. And it's fine. I don't even remember what happened on Sunday. I don't even remember watching a Sunday night game. So no.
She's wearing a snake bracelet.
I thought you were going to tell me right now. Is anything happened yet?
I haven't heard anything. Everyone thinks that she's announcing Rep TV, but like also, how do we know?
Oh my God. I feel like we might need to like record and like finish our episode and then like sit and record and see if she actually announces it.
We should.
That way we can have a clip.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's finish our NFL talk here because I think it's time to get sad. I love this.
Drinks up.
Aaron, I am so sorry that this happened to you. First of all, I cannot even believe it's happening. Jordyn, I know, is like really, she was in like the very sad phase. I went into like the panic loud phase. Like that was how we started to deal with our grief at the same time. I ran down the hall to Michael playing video games in our bedroom. And I was like, Aaron Rodgers just got hurt and he just got carted off the field. And he goes, I don't know what that means. And I went, it's not good. It's not good. Giants are falling too. Sorry. I'll have to fix that later. Yeah. But nonetheless, Aaron Rodgers obviously has torn his Achilles. And he's out for the season. We saw 75 seconds of Aaron Rodgers as a New York Jet. 0 completions, 2 sacks.
Yeah, I still haven't fully wrapped my brain around this. For context, for those who are new to my fandom of Aaron Rodgers, and honestly, like me and Sam are in very similar boats. Obviously, she's a fan of the New York Giants. I'm a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles. But I remember when we first started working at NFL Films, we both bonded because she was like, oh my God, I love Aaron Rodgers. And I was like, oh my God, I love Aaron Rodgers. And we both had this universal experience of like falling in love with Aaron Rodgers as we were falling in love with the game of football. And when I think back to my like coherent memories of like watching football games, I picture Aaron Rodgers. Like he was that player. And obviously like McNabb and Shady and like Dawkins, like I have those two, Mike Vick for the Eagles. Like I have all of my Eagles players that were super special to me, but like another quarterback and someone that like wasn't from my team making me feel that spark. I was like, oh my God, like it was so special for me. And he was just like, every time I watched him, I was mesmerized. And to this day, 25 years old, been watching him for majority of my life. He still always gave me that feeling. And for those that don't know, when the Packers lost to the 49ers in the NFC Championship game 2 years ago, I was sobbing because I thought that was going to be the end of Aaron Rodgers. I genuinely thought after that season he was retiring, and I couldn't wrap my head around it. And so now we're at this point where like he was getting his fresh start. He was happy on a team. This team was giving him weapons. They were giving him everything that he could have wanted and more. And then for this to happen so early on, I'm devastated. I'm devastated for myself. I'm devastated for one, New York Jets fans. Y'all do not deserve this. But no. I'm so devastated for him that he didn't get to live this out.
And I genuinely, I mean, people will talk about this for the rest of the season. You know, like people are going to talk about Aaron Rodgers and his injury for the rest of the season, mostly because they're going to wonder whether or not he's going to come out onto the field next year and play another year. He's turning 40 in December. We obviously saw Tom Brady make it to 45, 46 years old playing football. But I genuinely think that Aaron Rodgers is so stubborn and dramatic that he will refuse to go out in this way because he literally was like, no, like that. There's no way I'm never playing football again in this manner. I mean, I genuinely think that his mindset's just going to be like, fucking screw my Achilles back together, whatever, sew it back together. Start rehab now, get the surgery done, and let's get ready for next year. And that's just going to have to be the mindset. And it sucks because we've been waiting all offseason to watch this guy play. And now we have to watch Zach Wilson in like 8 primetime games. But
they need to change the schedule. I do not want
to flex it.
They have to.
Yeah.
But no, and I genuinely hope you're right. And I agree, like knowing, like seeing Aaron Rodgers all these years, I do think he's going to want to do it on his own terms. And I do think he's going to do everything he can to get back out there. But I just keep mentally preparing myself. Like I have told myself, I was like, this is so disgusting. I was so like thrown off by everything that happened last night that I literally went to bed in my sweatpants, woke up, went to work in my same sweatpants because I was like a zombie today. Like I was just like, oh my God, that was the end of Aaron Rodgers. And I haven't been able to shake that feeling. And I know it sounds dramatic, but I love him. So let me be dramatic.
No, it's okay.
And I just keep telling myself like, that was the last time you're ever going to see him play. That was the last time. Just because if it is, by the time that we get that announcement, I want to be okay with it.
Yeah. No, yeah. You're coming to terms with it in case it does happen.
Yes. This is what I am usually. Yeah. No. And I'm usually pretty optimistic and blindly optimistic. And like,
yeah,
this is one of those things I can't even let myself get optimistic because like, if I'm like, oh no, he's going to come back and then he doesn't, I will never recover.
Yeah, I feel that as well. And I put out like a whole Twitter thread today about how much Aaron Rodgers has like shaped my love for football over the years. It was him and Drew Brees and Eli. Those were the 3 guys that I fought like the
I need to interrupt for one moment.
Please.
So I hate to do this in the middle of our heartfelt Aaron Rodgers talk.
Yeah, but tell me.
Someone tweeted this image of Taylor Swift and said, I will never forget the look on her face, right? Well, Taylor Nation quote tweeted it and said, we'll never get tired of her scheming with the blushing emoji, #VMAs.
We're getting Rep TV. They got to. She's got to. She's being so dramatic. Oh my God.
Oh my God. But I'm so sorry. Finish your
No,
Aaron
you are
Rodgers thought.
fine. If anything happens with Taylor Swift, we can interrupt anything.
Okay.
I don't care. I was just saying that he was just shaping my small little 6th grade mind at the time when I started watching football, and
Yes.
he came in for Brett Favre, and obviously we were like, Brett Favre, great football player, blah blah blah, whatever. And I saw him start playing, and I was like, dude, I think I'm in love with him. And that's also, I think that was also like one of the first times where I also like saw a football player as like a 12-year-old, and I was like, am I in love with you in a different type of way? You know what I mean? Like I was going through puberty, like that kind of thing. And
no, I definitely. I've had
a
crush on Aaron Rodgers my entire life.
I mean, he's gone through every phase too, with the long hair, with the short hair, with the beard, with the mustache, with the this and that. And like every time I'm like, all right, I came to terms with it. It looks good every time. Also, I know we're talking about Aaron Rodgers, but it just reminded me because I forgot to mention it in our week 1 thoughts. But Baker Mayfield got the win for the Buccaneers, and I just wanted to bring that up.
He did.
And I'm so proud of him. And that's it. That's all I want to say.
No, you know what? I actually meant to bring that up too. Shocked me, but you know what? And that's a perfect segue into our NFL Week 2 quick picks. Let me get the schedule up because we are never prepared here on Unsolicited.
Here, I'll do it this week. We'll alternate.
Okay. Oh, that's fun. I like it.
So last week you listed them off. I gave my pick first, and then you. So I'll read them off.
I really haven't done any thinking into this yet at all.
Neither have I, and I think we should go into every week that way.
Yes. I did look at it though. It's ugly. The matchups are ugly.
Oh, terrible. I'm glancing through them right now.
Yeah, no, it's gruesome.
We'll start with Thursday and we'll end with Monday.
All right.
So Thursday night, your Eagles will be playing the Vikings. So Vikings, Eagles.
Eagles.
I'm going to go Eagles too because the Vikings really didn't look that great.
Yeah.
Ravens, Bengals.
I'm going to go Ravens.
I think I'll go Bengals here just because I think it's more of I want it to happen.
Valid.
Yeah. Seahawks, Lions.
Lions.
I'm going to go Lions. Colts, Texans.
Colts.
I'll go Colts here too. Bears, Buccaneers.
Bears.
I'm going to go Bucks.
Of course. That's when you brought up Baker Mayfield, I was going to say that I'm still betting. He looked great, and I'm still betting against him this weekend. So there, that was the segue.
I'll go Bucks. I have to. Chiefs, Jaguars.
I'm going to be honest. Everything in me wants to take the Jags.
Really?
And I can't picture Patrick Mahomes starting 0-2, but like I can. I'm taking the Jags.
I mean, I'll go Chiefs here because I physically cannot picture the Chiefs going 0-2. Plus I know they also had a very long week. Or
they did.
Week and a half, and I know he like cornered Kadarius Toney and was just like, stop your shit.
Learn how to catch a freaking football.
How to catch football. All right. Packers, Falcons.
This is interesting. I'm going to go Packers until Arthur Smith figures out how to freaking utilize his young, beautiful offensive talents.
I'm going to go Packers too.
In a much more subtle way.
Raiders, Bills.
Bills.
I'm going to go Bills too. Chargers, Titans.
Chargers.
I'll go Titans here. But that's going to be, I feel like, very messy.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a messy game. Because even the Chargers were not fantastic.
No, they have no defense. Like, literally none.
Which is crazy because I feel like just 2 off seasons ago, they put everything into their defense.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
49ers, Rams.
Damn. Dude, Rams looked good. I would take it. My betting mind would take Rams to cover. I don't think this is going to be a blowout, but I'm going to take 49ers to win. I'm
going to go Niners. Giants, Cardinals. You could say it.
I love you.
You can say it.
I'm
I'm
gonna
going to
go
say the same
Cardinals.
thing. I'm going to go Cardinals.
You're gonna go Cardinals?
Yeah. The Cardinals put up points last week.
Oh, no.
Until they win, I'm not going to pick them.
Okay.
I
Valid.
can't.
Valid.
I can't. Jets, Cowboys.
No. Don't make me say it. No. Cowboys.
I'll go Jets.
What?
Go Zach Wilson.
I can't believe you did that to me.
Oh, Commanders, Broncos.
I'm gonna go Broncos.
I'll go Broncos too. Dolphins, Patriots.
Dude, and
Which
on
is gonna
draft,
be a good game, I think.
gonna be a good game, but Dolphins are only favored by 2.5. I think they win this. Like, Patriots look good, but Dolphins look good. I'm going Dolphins.
Dolphins for sure. I'm going Dolphins too. Saints, Panthers.
Saints. I was preparing to say Panthers and Saints came out. So we're just going with the Saints.
Fun fact, there's 2 Monday night games.
I saw that.
I didn't realize that till just now. So Saints, Panthers will be 7:15. And then our real Monday night game, Browns, Steelers.
Oh, this is a good circle back to what I was saying earlier in the episode. My bad beat for this week is I'm doubling down on my worst beats from last week. So I am taking the Bears and I am taking the Steelers, even after what they put me through last week. I'm going Steelers.
I'm gonna go Steelers too.
Nice.
Because I don't believe the Browns can do it more than once.
Dude, the scary thing though, Steelers and Browns, we know how those games go. They're intense. They're a bloodbath. And the last 2 Monday night games have both had tragedies. The last Monday night game of the season was everything that happened with Damar Hamlin. And then the most recent Monday Night Football game was potentially the end of Aaron Rodgers. So, and now we have Steelers-Browns, which always gets ugly.
And we know how ugly it can get.
We know how ugly it can get. Throwback to Helmet Gate.
Mason Rudolph's still on the roster.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Anyways, I think that was good. That was good. We went back and forth a little with a few there, which was fun. Always a good time.
Always a good time. I love it.
What a show. We went through a lot of different things this week.
We had so much. We hope you enjoyed every single second of it. Stream guts, root for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
And pray for Aaron Rodgers.
Pray for Aaron Rodgers. I'm like not over it. If you don't already, make sure I just got so disheveled thinking about Aaron Rodgers again.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I need to get used to it. Let me backtrack. I fuck up our outro literally every single week.
No, you make it better every week.
Oh my God, thank you. If you don't think I ruined this outro, give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to us. Guys, we are creeping up on 100 subscribers. And when we get there, we are going to be doing a live recording of Unsolicited. So you can ask us questions live. Or if you can't make it, send us questions ahead of time. We will get to everything. But yes, make sure to subscribe so you can get in on all of that action. If you don't follow us on all of our socials, make sure you do so. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at the Unsolicited_podcast. And then you can find us on Twitter at Sam and Jordyn. Make sure to come back next week. And we are going to be posting our pics on Instagram so you can keep up there. We have a little highlight reel for you so we can keep track throughout the season.
Yeah, fun time.
And hopefully we get a Taylor Swift Reputation announcement tonight.
Yes. Everyone pray for a Taylor Swift Reputation announcement. If it did happen and you guys are watching this on Thursday, then we are very excited.
We are so excited.
But if it didn't happen, I'm very upset.
Yes. Either way, we will be back next week. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.